Broncos country, did you see that absolute domination? What happened on the field last Sunday will make you understand why our defense is different this season. The Tennessee Titans came in full of expectations, talking about how they came prepared for the season opener, but they left the field completely destroyed by our orange and blue team. Folks, what you witnessed was a true American football clinic, and I'm going to tell you all the details of how our Broncos made the Titans question whether they were really prepared for this season. Stay with me until the end, because you'll discover exactly how our defense turned Ryan Tannehill into a real turnover machine. Denver Broncos family, let's start talking about what really matters. Our team showed from the first snap that they came to completely dominate. While the Titans arrived at the game talking about their off-season acquisitions and all that talk about roster renewal, our boys simply entered the field and showed that talk is one thing, execution is something completely different. The first quarter already set the tone for the game. The Broncos' defense was simply relentless, applying constant pressure on Ryan Tannehill that the Titans' quarterback never managed to adapt to throughout the entire matchup. Our defensive line was working like a well-oiled machine, penetrating that Titans' offensive line like it was paper. And you know what impressed me most, Broncos country? The way our defensive coordinator prepared the game plan to completely neutralize the Titans' attack. Tannehill, who should have been the leader of all that renewal in Tennessee, spent the entire game running backward, taking sacks, and being forced to make hasty decisions that resulted in crucial turnovers. The Titans' offensive line, which they invested so much in during the offseason, thinking it would solve their protection problems, simply couldn't hold up against our pass rush. It was a clear demonstration of how chemistry and coordination make all the difference in American football. Our defensive ends were perfectly synchronized, creating pressure coming from all sides. But it doesn't stop there, family. Our running game was also working spectacularly. While the Titans' defense tried to adjust to our quarterback pressure, our backfield was simply steamrolling that Tennessee defense in the ground game. Every carry was gaining significant yards, completely controlling the time of possession and keeping our defense rested. The technical difference became even more evident when we observed how our running backs were breaking tackles and finding holes in the Titans' defense. That defensive front that Tennessee praised so much during the preseason simply couldn't adapt to our style of play. Our offensive linemen were creating perfect running lanes, allowing our runners to exploit every weakness in the opposing defense. And let's talk about the missed tackles. Broncos country. The Titans' defenders were slipping off our running backs like they were covered in oil. Every time it seemed like they were going to stop our running game, our athletes managed to break those tackles and gain precious additional yards. Another fundamental aspect was our ability to extend drives. Whenever we needed important conversions on third down, our offensive unit was executing with surgical precision. This kept our defense off the field for long periods, allowing them to rest and come back even more aggressive for the next defensive series. The situation became even more complicated for Tennessee when injuries started to accumulate. Several Titans starters had to leave the game, forcing their coaching staff to make constant adjustments to formations. This lack of continuity ended up further damaging the already compromised performance of the team. Mike Vrabel, the Titans head coach, tried to make some tactical changes during the game, but our Broncos were always one step ahead, every adjustment Tennessee made, our coaching staff already had the answer prepared. It was a real chess match, and our coaches played chess while the Titans played checkers. The game's momentum was never really in question after the first quarter. Our team established dominance early and never allowed Tennessee to get any kind of comeback. Every Titans drive was frustrated by our defense, while our offense continued marching down the field with impressive efficiency. Tell me, Broncos country, can you imagine the frustration it must have been for the Titans players? They came to the game with all that season opener expectation talking about how they had improved during the offseason, and our team simply shattered all those plans in just one game. Our secondary's performance also deserves special mention. Our cornerbacks and safeties were in perfect coverage, not allowing the Titans' wide receivers to get significant separations. Every time Tannehill tried to force some connection in the passing game, our defensive backs were perfectly positioned to defend or intercept. Folks, if you're enjoying this complete analysis of how our Broncos dominated the Titans, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here you'll find all the most detailed analyses of the Denver Broncos season. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any exclusive content about our orange and blue family. Getting back to the game, Broncos country. One of the things that caught my attention most was how our special teams unit also contributed to this complete domination. Our coverage team was functioning perfectly, not allowing big returns and always putting the Titans in unfavorable field position to start their drives. The kicking game was also impeccable throughout the entire matchup. Our kicker didn't miss any important opportunities, converting field goals when necessary and keeping our score always climbing. This is fundamental in season opener games, where every point can make a psychological difference. Tennessee tried some desperate trick plays during the second half, but our coaching staff had prepared our players to recognize these situations. Every creative attempt by the Titans was quickly neutralized by our tactical discipline and superior preparation. The difference in physical conditioning also became evident in the fourth quarter. While the Titans players began to show signs of fatigue, our Broncos continued executing with the same intensity as the first snap. This shows the exceptional work done during training camp and preseason. Our quarterback management was also perfect throughout the entire game. Whatever signal caller was on the field, decisions were being made with intelligence and precision. There were no unnecessary turnovers, and every throw was calculated to maximize our chances of success. Our team's discipline was another determining factor. While Tennessee accumulated costly penalties that always killed their drives at the most important moments, our Broncos played clean football, avoiding unnecessary flags that could have given new life to the Titans. And did you see how our offensive line was completely dominating at the line of scrimmage? Our guards and tackles were winning their individual battles consistently, creating perfect pocket protection for our quarterback and opening up massive holes for our running backs. The defensive game plan was simply perfect. Our linebackers were reading every play with anticipation, reaching the ball carriers before they could gain significant yardage. The communication between all levels of the defense was functioning like clockwork. Broncos country. Let's dive deeper into the technical aspects that made the difference in this dominant game. Our pass rush wasn't just pressuring the quarterback, it was completely disrupting the timing of the entire Titans offense. When you force a quarterback like Tannehill to accelerate his internal clock, the entire offensive coordination falls apart. The route combinations that Tennessee tried to execute during the game were constantly interrupted by our secondary coverage. Our defensive backs were playing with tremendous anticipation, reading the quarterback's eyes and reacting to patterns before the receivers could even complete their breaks. Our red zone defense was absolutely impenetrable when Tennessee managed to advance to our scoring area. Every time the Titans got close to the end zone, our defense tightened even more, forcing field goal attempts when they should have been scoring touchdowns. The ball control that our offense exercised during the game was masterful. Our running backs weren't just gaining yards, they were eating clock and keeping Tennessee's offense completely off the field. This time management strategy is fundamental for dominating games of this magnitude. Our wide receivers also had exceptional performances, creating separation against Tennessee's defensive backs and providing reliable targets whenever we needed to convert crucial downs. The chemistry between our quarterback and the pass catchers was obvious in every successful completion. The versatility of our offensive scheme also confused Tennessee's defensive coordinators. Our coaches were calling plays that attacked different weaknesses in the Titans' defense, never allowing them to completely adjust to our game plan. This dominant victory against Tennessee establishes an incredible tone for our entire season, Denver Broncos family. When you start the season with a performance of this magnitude, it builds tremendous momentum and confidence for all the games that lie ahead. Our young players who were nervous about their first games as starters now have the confidence that comes only from a dominating performance at the professional level. This experience will be invaluable when we face more challenging opponents during the season, compete at the highest level. Our division rivals certainly took notice of what happened against Tennessee. Coach and our entire coaching staff demonstrated that they did excellent preparation during the offseason and training camp. The execution on the field was simply a reflection of all the hard work that was invested during months of preparation for this season. Folks, speaking honestly as someone who has followed our Broncos for years, this was one of the most complete performances I've seen in a long time. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement game that shows our organization is on the right track for sustainable success. What impressed me most was seeing how all three phases of our team, offense, defense, and special teams, functioned in perfect harmony. When you can achieve this level of coordination, you know you have something special. Brewing Tennessee came to the game thinking they had improved enough during the offseason to compete with teams like our Broncos. But they discovered that there are different levels of preparation and talent. Our front office clearly made better decisions during the offseason. So there you have it. Denver Broncos family, now you understand why this opening game was so special. Our Broncos didn't just win, they dominated every single aspect of the football game in a way that should have all of Broncos country excited for what's coming next. This performance against Tennessee was just a preview of what we can expect during the rest of the season. With this combination of talent, preparation, and coaching excellence, our Broncos are positioned to make some serious noise in the AFC. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which aspect of this dominating performance impressed you most? Was it our suffocating defense, our balanced offensive attack, or maybe our flawless special teams execution? Leave your thoughts down below. Share this content with all the other members of the Denver Broncos family, and don't forget to like if you enjoyed this detailed analysis of our opening game demolition. Keep supporting our Broncos, because with performances like this season is going to be absolutely incredible. Until the next video, Broncos country!